Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. When I saw this, it left a pit in my stomach because you there in Barbados, you already know that most of your court cases deal with abuse of children or abuse of women. You do know that most of your court cases involve incest, pedophiles, rapes, stuff like that, sexual crimes. Yet, when I see this law that is coming, expungement law allowing clean slate after 15 years, what they're saying to you is you're never, ever, ever going to have a registry for sexual offenders. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. They're not going to do it. They're not going to create a sex or that's what we call it, a registry for offenders, sexual offenders, to have their names listed on that list forever, because that particular crime doesn't go away. That's what the doctors, psychologists, and everyone else, who would deal in that particular study, they say that it cannot be cured. It cannot be cured. So if a female or a male, it can happen to any which one, if they are violated, let's use that word, if they are violated, they remember that for a lifetime. They're going to remember that for a lifetime. And to think that someone who has done something like that after 15 years can say, well, okay, clean my slate, just clean everything and make it seem as though it never happened, because that's what you guys do. You walk around and pretend it never happened. You walk around and pretend that you are better than the person who stole a ackee off someone's tree or someone who stole a bread and two. You actually believe that because of something like this, like an expungement law, that you are made cleaner than someone that did not commit your crimes. That's how you move. It's a strange, I keep telling you, it's a strange community you have there. It's a very, I was just knocked off. You wouldn't believe that I'm talking in my phone and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 2 a.m. and a call came through to me from Barbados, two forces. A call came through to me from Barbados at 2 a.m. in the morning. That's how you guys do me. That's how you guys do me all the time, every day. But anyhow, yeah, you guys move as though an expungement will make you better than the average Joe. But you guys need to watch this, because let's say that you robbed someone or you broke into someone's house, and there's certain crimes. You could steal a car, you could steal that bread and two, and you can do certain crimes and be expunged after a while. But if you have a long slate of crimes, and one of those crimes would be a violation, one of those crimes is a murder, and there's certain crimes that could be on your rap sheet that will make you permanently not eligible for expungement. There are certain crimes that should not, no matter how long you wait, no matter how long you may say that you're clean. When you're saying you're clean, it means that you're doing whatever you have done in the past better. You haven't gotten better. You're just doing your crimes better. You know how to go undetected. You know how to, you know how to move. You actually now know how to move when you have been in the crime syndicate for so long. So you need to watch this. Barbados, what are you doing? What are you doing? Especially in cases of violations, or if you took someone's life, like murder, not a homicide where it was an accident, but you killed someone. If you actually murdered someone, or if you violated a child or a woman, your name, there needs to be an offenders list. And what I'm seeing here from looking at this is you guys don't plan to do that. You guys do not plan to ever have a offenders list, which is a crime that I said before. There's no changing. There's no changing. You're not going to, it's not going to get better. You are not going to get better when you don't take these things seriously. That's why a lot of your young people are going off to the prison. A lot of young people are going off to prison, and the ones who are not in prison, they are medicating themselves. A lot of your young people are turning to drugs. I'm telling you, you're hurting yourselves. You are hurting yourselves by not dealing with things straight on. You need to deal with it straight on. Okay, straight on. You cannot allow people to hurt children and then expect those hurt children to come out and perform as though it never happened and to forget and what. It's not going to happen. There's always going to be a crack. It's always going to be a breakthrough that the memory is there. And sometimes people will do something and they don't know the impetus. They don't know what made them do what they did. They don't know. They do not have a clue what, like they'll be saying, why did I do that? Now, why did I do that? It's because of trauma that they think they forgot, but it's still there. In the unconscious, the subconscious, whatever conscious it is, it's there. It's still part of your DNA. It's part of the blueprint of who you are. It's still there. You cannot take a violation crime and say that it's expunged. You cannot expunge someone who has violated someone because it never goes away. It's going to be there for a lifetime. It's going to be there for a lifetime. You guys need to get serious. I'm so sorry, but you guys need to get serious. And I've said before that I see a subhuman section of there's a subhuman aspect to what it is that is there. To what it is that is there. Not all. I'm not saying all. I should not have to say that because you know that it's not you and it's not anyone that you meant, but there's a subhumanness to what's going on there in Barbados, and you should see it by the way people present themselves. You see it. You may not want to acknowledge it, or you may think it is funny, caca, haha, whatever. You may think that. But there's going to come a time, there is going to come a time when you're going to have to say, you know, that girl, that woman, Sherry Veronica, she used to talk about this. She has something, you know. There's something that she saw that we didn't see. And is it going to be too late by the time you come to that realization? Is it going to be too late? There's something off. There is something off in Barbados, and you must. I was about to say that you should get on your knees and just like pray that it doesn't reach you. And maybe I shouldn't pull back. Maybe I should go ahead and say, you need to fall on your knees. Fall on your knees and pray to your higher self. Pray to the I am, that I am, to your higher self, and just ask for your eyes to be opened. Ask for your eyes, the scales, ask for those scales to fall off your eyes so you can see, and so you can proceed with guidance, and so you can proceed with information, seek out information. But this expungement law is telling you that there's never ever going to be any release from the trauma and from the hurt for children and females who have been violated in Barbados. That's what it's telling you. That's what it is telling you, okay? Work on that. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.